They're calling this economic incentive package the game plan, and that's why they made this announcement here at Riverwalk Stadium earlier today. The idea is that Alabama needs to be more competitive with other states when it comes to attracting businesses here, and they hope that this package of 4 bills will be a home run. One of the main event organizers says he's known for the past couple of weeks that there was a strong possibility that the president would be coming to Selma this weekend, but it was finally confirmed today. Lawmakers gavelled in, gavelled out, and adjourned until March 21st, leaving time for what's expected to be a special session. And President Biden emphasized how important those Javelin anti-tank missiles are in the fight against Russia. We heard from Katie Britt when she was voting this morning, and she compared her standing at the start of this race to David and Goliath, and now she's been endorsed by former President Donald Trump. Yeah, the focus today from Republican lawmakers has been passing legislation that would impact transgender youth in the state, and that's just what they did. People from all over the country showed up here at the Edmund Pettus Bridge to hear the president's speech and to commemorate Bloody Sunday 58 years ago.
Are you fed up? Are you fed up?
Thousands of marchers came to honor those before them. Many remember Bloody Sunday clearly.
I'm 74 and I ain't gonna forget it.
Others are learning about it for the first time.
I think it's pretty fun to learn about the history of people when we actually walk on their ground.
The 1965 bridge crossing marked a turning point in the civil rights movement. Hundreds crossed the bridge demonstrating for voting rights, but they were beaten by state troopers on the other side.
We should learn everything, the good, the bad, the truth of who we are as a nation. And everyone should know the truth of Selma.
President Joe Biden, speaking Sunday, says history matters. The Voting Rights Act was signed into law months after Bloody Sunday, ensuring access to the ballot box for all Americans.
They forced the country to confront the hard truths and to act to keep the promise of America alive.
The president said, however, the fight isn't over. He called on Congress to pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act in honor of the late congressman.
I made it clear. I will not let a filibuster obstruct the sacred right to vote.
Those in the crowd say they appreciated the president's visit.
Just him being out here great, let us know that he cared and let us know that he's still fighting and working to help make the change that need to happen.
Now, Biden's speech comes in the aftermath of a tornado that tore through the city in January. And in his speech, he touched on the resilience of Selma and about the federal relief being offered to the city. He says so far they've received $8 million in federal recovery efforts. Reporting in Selma, Maddie Biertempfel. I'm here in Autauga County where you can just see all of the destruction behind me. Emergency management officials say they've never seen anything like this after a tornado tore through the area Thursday afternoon. Stephen Smith visited family here on County Road 140 before the storm Thursday. A day later, it's unrecognizable.
This is home. I mean, after the storm came through on yesterday and we couldn't see much on yesterday, and I lost my brother in the storm, and so we come out to Severe, the left, the remains, and it's just horrific. I never experienced anything like this in my life.
Smith says his faith is helping his family get through the loss.
We trust God. We have faith in God, and He never makes a mistake. He always just. So we're thankful.
That area is one of many parts of the county hit by the tornado. EMA Director Ernie Baggett confirms 7 deaths and at least a dozen injured, mostly occurring in the Old Kingston area. He believes about 40 homes have been damaged beyond livability.
I think we're getting to the point where we've located everyone and have been able to get a handle on where everybody is. So that's why I think within the next maybe 4 or 5 hours we should be able to shut that part of this down.
Despite the destruction, Baggett says hundreds of first responders from across the state have come together to provide assistance.
It's just what happens here in Alabama. That's the way it works. This is not unusual. This is exactly how it always goes. Everybody comes together. It's a force multiplier.
Now, for those who want to help, Director Baggett says now may not be the best time as search and rescue efforts are still underway, but he says they will be setting up a volunteer reception center between Autauga and Elmore counties soon, and that would be the best place to turn. Reporting in Autauga County, Maddie Biertempfel, CBS 42 News, local coverage you can count on. Supporters say the bill protects election integrity, while opponents worry it will disenfranchise voters who need assistance filling out that ballot, like those who might be blind or disabled. Percy Garrett, who's blind, says he's concerned this would prevent his caretaker from helping him vote absentee.
Asking you to oppose this bill because it is a barrier to voting for the blind, disabled, and the elderly. And I'm all of that.
After hearing those concerns, the committee passed an amendment to legally protect someone charged for assisting a voter who is blind, disabled, or unable to read or write. A person could still be charged, but under the exceptions would not be convicted. Democrats voted against that amendment, saying a felony charge shouldn't be on the table in the first place.
To pose that they would face any criminal penalty at all, rather than killing this bill as it absolutely should be, is still honestly offensive. I think I can speak for us all when I say that.
I don't think that's a valid argument because anybody can be charged with anything, but being found guilty of it is a completely different issue.
Bill sponsor Jamie Keel says the intent of the bill is to protect the voting process.
We are using felony as the prosecution, and it's because we believe in the voting process and that it's important.
Keel says the amendment and the exceptions allowing family members to help ensure that no one's vote is suppressed. He says local elections officials can also assist. Secretary of State Wes Allen supports the bill. He says the added amendment offers protection for those with disabilities.
And the opposition, they voted against that today. They voted against allowing those individuals that may have disabilities from exercising their right to vote through the absentee process.
The bill passed along party lines in committee 9-3. It next heads to the House floor. Reporting in Montgomery, Maddie Biertempfel, CBS 42 News. Local coverage you can count on.